Good afternoon. It is October the 27th, and this is brand new, literally brand new. I'm out here in Westerra, which is probably the newest development in Regina. Seems like it's sprung up out of nowhere in the last little while. So that's their plan. You can see some of it is built, but then you go this way. We're right out on the edge of town. The bypass is out there. This is Dudney Avenue. Cars heading out to the bypass. I guess that hill over there is where you turn off onto the bypass. We're going to walk around here because I've driven by it several times now, but I haven't been in it at all. So I'm sure it's mostly just new houses, but at least it's someplace different I haven't been. And we are right out here on the prairie, on the edge of the prairie anyway, which is kind of cool. Let's decide which way I want to go now. We'll probably walk down that way and then come around. It's probably the way we're going to want to go. Be my guess. Yeah, let's go this way. It's about 12 degrees. There's show homes around here somewhere, but I don't know where exactly. Maybe if I go down here and around the corner. There's like a gas station over there and other stuff being built, and a lot of lots for sale for commercial development. And of course, all the new houses. I don't know how many of them are occupied. Certainly some of them are, I guess. Actually, more traffic coming down here than I would have expected. Coming down the turnoff here from Dudney Avenue. Doing some Kickstarter stuff this morning. I am starting another Kickstarter, but not for a big anthology like the last ones I've done. I'm doing a Kickstarter to help with three actually, not two or three, three new science fiction fantasy novels that I am working on. I guess this is the side office here. Up here. No, this is, Park Play Early Learning Center. There you go. For your child care needs. I guess that trailer is the side office for whatever's going to be built on the other side of the fence. We'll go this way. Oh, that's clearly in operation. Looks very nice. Oh, this is kind of the alley. It's not quite what I had in mind when I came this way. Got a nice space in there that I can see of it. Already dressed up for Halloween. Somewhere up here we'll get a path through the houses, I'm sure. Probably right here. This looks like the path that takes us between the houses. Anyway, yes, I'm starting a Kickstarter on Tuesday for 3 books they're going to be published. This is just to help with the various costs. They're Ibrax, which is a young adult fantasy by Governor General's award-winning author Arthur Slade. Oh, there's a park up here. Oh, let's go that way. The Sunrunners, which is a new adult science fiction novel by James Bow, set on Mercury of all places. And Ashby's Song, which is an adult science fiction novel set on a far future colony somewhere. And that will launch Tuesday at noon. I'm not setting a huge goal like $1,500. Hope to do better than that, but hope I can at least make that. Serrata Park. I knew a Michelle Serrata. Same family, I would guess. So there are regulations that, require green space, and Regina has lots of great green space. Here's a brand new one, pretty much brand new. This is kind of a dead end, I think. And maybe I can go around the corner down there. I'll see. Nice new playground. Nobody on it. But I would have loved it when I was a kid, and I know Alice would have loved it when she was a kid. We were just talking to her in London, so not a kid anymore. We left the football out here. We were at the football game last night. It could have been a very exciting game if Montreal had beat Winnipeg and we had won the game last night. We would have been in first place, the Saskatchewan Roughriders being the we in question in the West, and would have hosted the Western final in 2 weeks. Instead, we finished in second because Montreal failed to beat Winnipeg. So last night at the game here, they played a lot of second-string players to give them experience and lost. But not reading too much into that, it was as nothing a game as you can imagine. It didn't affect the standings for either team. Then next weekend, this coming Saturday, will be the Western semifinal against British Columbia, but unfortunately, I'm going to be in Ottawa. I won't get to go. I will, however, I hope, do a walk on Parliament Hill like I've done the last couple of years when I'm in Ottawa this time of year. I think it's maybe a little later this year. Hopefully the fall foliage will look really nice from Parliament Hill next weekend. I'll just check and make sure there's no anti-Semitic demonstrations going on. No desire to videotape, live stream any demonstration of any sort. Well, it's definitely housing. Some more variation than you get in some new developments. Those three are all somewhat different from each other. A little more of a sameness, but one thing I kind of don't like about modern developments, like these ones are nice because they don't have a garage on the front. But so many of them, the garage takes up it's what the house looks like. There's no street presence at all. It's just a garage with a house attached to it. And it's really, I find, I'm sure it's convenient, but I find it ugly. So, of course, our neighborhood is much older and has none of that. There are no front-facing garages on our street. They're all face into the alley. You see, that's all you see is garage doors. It's no different than the alley. Although these ones probably don't have garages in front since they have them in the back. But on this side, it's just garage door after garage door. Now, somehow they avoided it. Well, it's because the garage door is open. That's why. Puzzled me for a minute. Canola Avenue. Usually there's a theme to the street names. So if that's it, I would expect, yeah, Barley Crescent, Canola Avenue. I guarantee there must be a wheat somewhere, maybe a lentil, I don't know. Here, if we go down here, actually a path that goes nowhere in particular there, but this is looking back toward the city. I mean, downtown. We are in the city, but we're right on the edge. Get a bit of a view down here around the corner. If we go down the alley then, we can. It's not fenced off. Oh, I think it's fenced off. Oh well. There you go. There's Dewdney Avenue, and there's downtown. So you're quite a ways from downtown. You can see the white bump that's Mosaic Stadium down there. I could probably walk along this dirt. I think I want to. I don't know where this path takes you. There's a neighborhood I've walked in over there. And then if you're going down, you come to the RCMP training facility and government house and stuff like that. We'll go back into where the buildings are. Actually bigger, more houses here already than I thought. And obviously they've been building them for a while, but for some reason, I guess it's when we decided to start taking the bypass when we left town. We will come out Dudney and go to the bypass and then take it up until it joins Highway 11 when we're going to Saskatoon or Prince Albert. Last 2 times. And so maybe when we started doing that, we suddenly realized there was this development here that until then I had no idea about. We'll go to the end of the sidewalk here. Or do we go over there? 6 of one, doesn't of the other. I would say a lot of these are still empty, being worked on. Because there's no... This one up here has blinds in it. None of these do that I'm walking by on the left. Don't think any of these are occupied yet. Probably those either. Still being worked on. Also, there's no cars here. Probably another good sign. So this will be a... I don't know if I'd call it an interesting space, but distinctive. Long row houses here. Parking in the middle. But let's look, as they say. The view to the prairie on the other side there. There's some security cameras on a pole back there. Yeah, nobody's in these yet, but they must be getting close. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Some blinds in the window, but I don't think anybody's living in there. Well, then I guess we'll go that way from here. No other way to go. The view out, see, definitely security cameras on the posts there. Keeping an eye on things. Another look at the city over there. Downtown, I should say again. This is still inside city limits. Kind of spooky down here, actually. There's one car. Somebody must be in one of those houses. That one has blinds up and down. Maybe they're moving in or have moved in. That one, maybe? Hard to say. And again, prairie peeking through everywhere. Looks like we run out of sidewalk here. And then it's an alley, so we'll want to go back up that way. And there's the edge of this for sure. bit of industrial over there. And if you see the car, you probably can't because of the wide angle, but the car is zipping by over there on the Trans-Canada, I think. I don't think that's the, it might be the bypass. I guess that's still the bypass. Or the Trans-Canada way over there. Alrighty. We'll carry back into the development itself. See much point in walking down the alley. Got mailboxes. New developments never have home delivery. It's always these super boxes. Oh, great. Transmission is unstable. That was only for a second. That's good. These all still look empty too. There are a few cars, so maybe people are... I was right. Lintel Avenue. Lintel Avenue and Barley Street. Yeah, there's clearly people living here. This is one of those places where they don't like sidewalks on one side of the street to cross over. These are still being worked on, but obviously people have moved in over here. That's very Saskatchewan. If you live on the corner of Barley and Lintel, or there must be an oats somewhere, and surely there's a wheat somewhere. Rye. Obviously they got garbage pickup and recycling pickup out here. So this part looks quite established. You can still see the seams in the grass though, so that's a sign it's not too new, at least on this, too old, I mean, on this side. Landscaping, they went with artificial grass. That's a choice. Never have to mow it, and it's always green and smooth. I know a couple of people are watching live. Nobody has said hello yet, but enjoying this stroll through Regina's newest development. Oh, there's someone. Hi, Bailey. That seems to be a nice development. I have no idea what these go for. There's a big one with lots of garage. Wheat Street. I knew there'd be a Wheat Street somewhere, so this is the corner of Wheat and Lintel. The corner of Wheat and Lintel. I think that's hilarious. If I don't get lost, I have to find my car again at some point. Well, there's Canola Avenue, so that'll take me back to the car. Okay, well, the path just goes to the left. It doesn't take me anywhere interesting down there. So far, that's an empty lot, but presumably there'll be something in it eventually. That one's still empty. As you can see, it's serviced, just waiting for somebody to build. A bit of a park up here. We'll go over this way to go to the edge before working way back to the car. Corner of Canola and Wheat. Most of them seem to be duplexes or that sort of thing. Row houses. Mustard Street. There's Barley Crescent, continues over there. We got Barley Street and Barley Crescent, Canola Avenue and Mustard Street here. I forgot about mustard. So here's the corner of Mustard and Canola. down to the end there. Ooh, Volvo. Newer than ours. I think I'll walk all the way out to the new gas station out there. But I do have to see what the next street is called here. Oh, I just come back now to where my car is. Okay, that's right. I just looked at this side of things. So that's mustard. What's this one? There's my Volvo sitting over there. They're just named that by the developer, I would assume. It's like over in the greens, all the streets have green in them of some sort. West Market Street, that's not a crop. I've been let down. Maybe if I go down there, there's a way through. These are individuals, and they don't have the garages in front either, so my preferred look to houses. Just means they have them in the alley behind, of course. They're smaller than the ones with the big garages, I think, in the front, but in a way have more character. I think there's probably a path through up here. Or is this just an empty lot? I thought maybe it was a bit of a park, but it's just an empty lot. I don't know if I can go through it or not. If I go to the end, can I go around the end? Probably there's an alley there. Or I can cut through the grass here, but the dirt, at least it's not muddy. I'll go down to the end and around. Oh, rabbit. These ones look fairly occupied, but there's still lots of new development being built, so like these would clearly have people in them. But on the other side, when I was walking down on the side closest to town, they were mostly still just under construction. I mean, they're ready for Halloween and everything. Should be a pretty good neighborhood to trick or treat in. Alrighty. Oh yeah, so if you look way off in the distance, you can see the dome of the legislative building. I think this is a seed plant of some sort, if I remember, over here. Go up here, I should be able to go around and go in front of this next row as opposed to through the boring alley. Very prairie scene there. Lots of trash in the long grass because of construction. It always generates odds and ends of paper and stuff that blows around. I think that's a. I think where we are. That might still be the bypass. The Trans-Canada's further that way, but that might be the Trans-Canada with the cars on it. All right, we'll go this way. There's some still under construction. Then there's a lot of apartment buildings down at this end, looks like. What's this street called? No street sign on this end, so have to wait till I get to the other end to find out. Those are all unoccupied. These ones look like they're occupied. And who knows how many people are living in the apartments. They look, most of the balconies seem to have stuff on them, so. Uh, well, it's in the city, technically. We're inside city limits, but I didn't measure. Trinity Manor, apparently. Oh, it's an assisted living space. Oh, okay. Because here's the independent and assisted senior care. So it's a nice assisted living retirement kind of place. That usually means that there are an opportunity to have meals taken care of and housekeeping and stuff like that. I'm 65, but not planning to be in one of these anytime soon. And over there is the new commercial stuff. So it's a gas station. I don't know what else is going in, but other stuff. There goes a rabbit again, charging across the field. Red Spring Street, well, as in Red Spring wheat, so it's still a crop. The only one that hasn't been a crop was West Market. That's a crop. Do you want to walk down there? How long have I been walking? Half an hour. Car's right over there. We'll go down here. Past Trinity Manor and see what the next thing is. I hear a train in the distance. In the distance, a train goes loud and clear. Even though it's at least probably 3-4 miles away. This is the other side of Trinity Manor. With the sun shining over top of it. Yeah, it's a great big co-op gas station over there, but a bunch of construction work and pads and foundations for obviously many other things going in here. A what yet? I guess I'll go down to the stop sign there. There's a sidewalk on the other side, so walk back on that side if I want to. I pretty much have to because that's where the car is. Now these I think are rental apartments. Alfalfa Street, aha, I hadn't thought of that one. Corner of Alfalfa and Canola. So these are rental apartments here, I think, mainly because there's a sign that says rental center. That would seem to indicate that that's likely. Yeah, there's something going in there. Several things going in there. Or at least the spaces are being prepared for things to go in there. Western Fields, apparently is what this complex is called. Could be. Can't tell yet. It's just concrete. Here's the middle of the complex, all the parking of Western Fields apartments. 3 big apartment buildings. 4 stories each. Let's see, if you count balconies, like 9 on each side, times 4 is 36, plus another set on the other side is 72. So 3 72s is 210 and 6, 216. 216 apartment buildings, roughly. And if you're looking, there's where you can rent for one. We'll probably get snow in the next month for sure. There's nothing in the forecast, but it can happen anytime now. It's been below freezing most nights, so that's always a possibility. Oh, and there's new houses going in there too. Can't go too much further that way, I wouldn't think. Hello, this police car just pulled up and the policeman went into the building. I was afraid he was going to object to me recording, even though I'm not perfectly legal. But okay, we'll go down this way, at least part of the way. I can see my car in the distance. You can see everything in the distance. We're rewatching Corner Gas, which, if you've never seen it, is set in Dog River, Saskatchewan. Actually, Rollo, which is about 45 minutes outside Regina. And it's very, very, very Saskatchewan. And it was a big hit. Lasted for 6 seasons. And it's also fun because every episode has local actors or just people we know who has background performers. Sometimes they have speaking roles. I was only in it once in the very last episode, mainly because I'd never been in it up until then. They wanted somebody that didn't look like a Dog River resident, but somebody in Regina. Anyway, the opening line is, and the song is, "You can tell me that your dog ran away, and you tell me that it took 3 days." I've heard every joke. I've heard every one you say. And yeah, that's the old joke. My dog ran away. I could watch him running for 3 days. So flat. Now, that city over there, you can see trees and stuff, so that means that's developed. But out that way, it's pretty flat. And Rollo, being close to Regina, is in the flattest part of the province. You go up north, it gets quite rolling, actually. But down here, where we were once upon a time, under a inland sea, which is one reason we have such rich farmland, yep, it's flat. I can't deny it. It's on Crave. If you get Crave, you can watch it. Corner Gas. Created by comedian Brent Butt, who grew up in Tisdale. So his roots are in Saskatchewan. That was a major thing here, which is why just about everybody I know in the acting community in Regina was at least an extra on it. And last night I was watching the episode we were watching, someone I know really well. In fact, I sit next to him in the current rehearsals for Regina, their singer's upcoming show. Lyndon Ray had a speaking role in it. And I knew the woman playing his wife, too, Karen Von Staden. So there's a guy that plays the mayor. I knew him. I knew several of the smaller character parts. Never actually met the leads, though. Never met Brent Butt or any of the others. We saw Brent Butt perform in Moose Jaw at the Festival of Words, though. He has a new book out, a thriller, actually, set in the world of stand-up comedy. And he was being interviewed about it. And then, but he did a bit of his stage shows, very, very funny. Yep, you'll find it on Crave, Corner Gas. Well, I guess that's it. There's another park I somehow walked by without seeing it again, but see all these signs are telling you buy here or build a business here or all that stuff. Lots of parking right here because nothing is in these lots, but the parking is there, so it's an easy place to park. I appear very briefly the back of my head, holding a beer, looking at a bulletin board in the very last episode. It's the only time I'm in it, corner gas. Funny thing about Rollo, where it was filmed, there's a major Broadway performer, Paul Alexander Nolan, done tons of stuff on Broadway, lead roles, and he's from Rollo, Saskatchewan. So they have quite a bit of claim to fame. Well, there we go. We'll stop here at the sign. Built with pride, Westerra. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the walk. And I'll probably do some sort of walk tomorrow. Bye for now.